let this beat.
Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Thank you for everyone for tuning in on this sunny in Charlotte. I'm not sure where you may be watching me, but it's sunny here in Charlotte. And Christmas Eve. I hope everybody have got their gifts and not at Target or at Walmart or in the malls right now in line and all this craziness. Hopefully you're at the crib chilling with family members. Just picked up one of my daughters from the airport. It's about to go down on this Christmas time over the next few days. Follow me on Twitter at Gamecocks Talk. Follow me on Instagram at Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. Follow me wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. You can pretty much find Captain Will everywhere. Just Google. Just put in Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. Hit that Google thing and it pop up. We got a good one today, y'all. We have a good one today, y'all. We're talking about the beyond the star power of the South Carolina women's basketball team, because we already know this team is full of quote unquote stars, but we're talking about the core star players on this team and then the quote unquote supporting cast of this basketball team. It's tough. It's tough to identify the supporting cast. It really is. But if I've had to quantify this basketball team right now, the three best players on this team, as it currently states, and during the Christmas break before we play Wofford on Sunday, is Tahina Powell. Okay, we can all agree on that. Chloe Kitts, we can all agree on that. And Ashlyn Watkins, I think we can all agree on that as well. As far as through the first quarter of the season. Maybe it's the third of the season now. Maybe through the first third of the season. But we have some players that complement those players to a T. And of those supporting members on this basketball team that provides a essence, that provides a leadership role as and also a physical aspect and just talent itself, are two starters. It's quantifiable in the supporting role. First is Bri Hall. Bri Hall averaged about 21 minutes per game. 7 points, okay? 41% for the field. 47% from the three-point line. Bri Hall. I said it correct. Breezy is shooting 47% from three. She is getting 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 turnover per game. She currently has the highest offensive rating of her career. Not counting the freshman year, she didn't play much. Not counting the sophomore year, she didn't play much at all. That junior year, and I'm talking about this senior year so far, she has an offensive rating of 122.9. That's the highest. That's the highest of her career. Her defensive rating is the highest of her career. Excuse me, I should say the lowest of her career. Last year, she had a defensive rating about 85.8. Currently, it's 84.5. She's good offensively. She's good defensively. And I made a point a couple shows ago talking about how Breezy do not turn the ball over. She's 11th in the SEC in terms of turnover percentage. She is a unsung hero on this supporting cast of the South Carolina women's basketball team, the three-time national champions. When you are able to play 21 minutes per game, get 7 points, shoot 47% from the three-point line, don't make mistakes, and has been here for 4 years, you're doing something right. Breezy is the epitome of trusting the process. Trusting the process. We have a lot of players in basketball right now, and particularly in college football, that don't trust the process. Having, multiple players playing for multiple teams, 2, 3, schools in the and I'm just talking about transferring out. So you might have a player, play as a freshman year, bouncing. In sophomore year, I don't like that feel, bouncing. Junior year, bouncing. You end up and you graduate. You finally graduate, and you went to 4 schools in 4 or 5 years. What type of your transcript looks crazy? Your transcript looks like my transcript when I was in the military. I literally took classes at every duty station I went to. Every duty station, I took a class here or there until I graduated. That's what some of these kids' transcripts look like. I'm gonna, because I want to find the best situation for me and my family. And now with NIL, I'm just gonna bounce every time I don't get the money that I want. But Breezy didn't feel that way. And now she has 2 championship rings, multiple SEC championship rings, regular season rings, and potentially going to get more this year. Trusting the process. The second one is Sania Feagin. Sania Feagin trusted the process. She's playing 16 minutes a game. That's not a lot of minutes for a starter at the University of South Carolina. It's not a lot of minutes. But when she's in the basketball game this year, she's been balling. She's been a force. She's averaging 7 minutes, shooting 59% for the field. She's getting 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, and 1 turnover. She has the highest offensive rating of her career. Just like Breezy. Her offensive rating is 120.4. She has the lowest defensive rating of her career. Just like Breezy, of 77.6. She is 15th in the SEC in blocks, playing 16 minutes per game. She is 20th in the SEC in terms of 2-point field goal percentage. Sania Feagin trusted the process and is being rewarded twofold. She looks like a completely different player. If she would, last game against Charleston Southern, that game was tailor-made for Sania Feagin. She just didn't hit some of those baskets that she normally will hit. She missed some easy ones. She's not going to do that on Sunday versus Wofford. I'm expecting Sania Feagin to show up and show out and dominate in that basketball game, because she is an unsung hero on this supporting cast of the South Carolina women's basketball team. I can say everybody's a supporting cast on this basketball team, because when you have a whole bunch of stars, nobody is the superstar for Carolina. It ain't. It's not. But how those players support Powell, how those players support Watkins, support Chloe Kitts, is massage the egos. First off, you got to massage the egos, because the shots are limited. So Breezy starts the game. Fagan starts the game. But they know they're not going to get 10, 15 shots in no basketball game ever. It's not going to happen. But when they are in the game, they produce. They produce. And you need players like Breezy and Fagan to win a championship. South Carolina dropped in the net ranking. I'm bugging how they actually dropped in the net ranking because now Texas is number 1 in net ranking. Okay. I don't know the margin of how possibly because we didn't get credit enough for, that win over Iowa State. Now, who isn't ranked? Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm going to go with that. That's what I'm going to go with. That was Captain I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Iowa State not being ranked any longer, that we don't get that credit for beating this team. Okay. Net ranking is still my source. Okay. But I was surprised. Don't really matter at this point, but Carolina right now is number 2 team in the country behind Texas. Now we're going to be playing Texas soon, early January. Okay. We got Wofford on Sunday. Things can change between here and there. Now playing a team like Charleston Southern, that dropped our strength of schedule a little bit. Playing a team like Wofford, that's going to drop our strength of schedule a little bit. But we start in SEC play soon. So not getting caught up in it. There's a conglomerate of teams in the top 10 in the net ranking that are going to be some shuffling. And we're going to actually see who's good, who's great, and who we need to be worried about in the near future. Playing Texas twice is big. Home and away. I don't know if Texas is as good as they portray to be, but they are an excellent basketball team. And I can't wait to see, us play them. If I'm picking the top 4 teams right now in the country, I'm going to say South Carolina, UCLA, Notre Dame, and that 4th one is tough for me. It's really tough for me. I would probably say Southern Cal. I'll probably say Southern Cal. They're the top 4. I would. Southern Cal got a stretch where they're going to be playing some decent basketball teams. And they come back and they play Michigan on Sunday at 10 o'clock p.m. I'll be watching that game. That's going to be a good game. Michigan going to be a tough out for them. And I wish that we actually play Southern Cal, but maybe we'll see them in the future in the tournament. UCLA beat us by double digits. And, just looking at their schedule, they don't play a decent team. Well, they play Michigan on January the 1st on New Year's Day. That game is going to be at 5 o'clock. And then, they got some teams that's not very good. And then they play Maryland on January 26th. I think we just had a bad day versus UCLA. And I think we will beat UCLA if we play them tomorrow. I just say that. Notre Dame has surprised me. They've lost a couple. They've won some. And they are, they're a really good team. They played North Carolina on January the 5th. They played Georgia Tech on January 16th. They are dangerous. They're a dangerous basketball team, but also they are a very thin basketball team. If there's an injury to Hannah Hidalgo or Olivia Miles, they are done because they play 6 players. Similar to if Southern Cal, if there's an injury to Juju or Kiki, they are done. Especially if there's an injury. If Juju sprains an ankle and out a couple of weeks, they are done. Everything goes through her. That's not the way Carolina basketball is. If there's an injury to a player on South Carolina, it doesn't really matter because we already played 10 players already. We play 5 guards, 5 post players every game. Nobody averages more than 26 minutes in a game. You got Juju averaging 38 minutes, 35 minutes per game. Both of those teams are thin. I think UConn is not as good as they were projected to be. I thought UConn was going to be the number 2 team in the country. UConn has some flaws, and I believe that South Carolina can exploit several of those flaws when we play on February 16th. I really do. First of all, UConn is small. They are a small basketball team. You know, and Sarah Strong has been dealing for UConn. She has. She is playing outstanding basketball for them. But she is their big. She is. Sarah Strong at 6'2" is their big. Now she's averaging 18 points and 9 rebounds and 4 assists, playing about 33, 35 minutes per basketball game, but she is their big. Ice Brady, 6'3", sophomore. She ain't playing much. I think there's going to be a problem for UConn when they play South Carolina. We don't play them for a couple of months, month and a half. But we're playing at home. Sarah Strong is not going to be able to deal down low as easily when she's playing against Ashlyn Watkins, Joyce Edwards, Sania Feagin, all these young ladies. I just, top to bottom, I just don't. Carolina's still the best team. LSU ain't played nobody. I mean, it's just don't get me started on LSU. Don't get me started. I'm looking forward to when LSU plays Tennessee. The game is at Tennessee. The game is January the 9th. We'll see how good LSU is, and we'll see how good Tennessee is. That is that. I mean, they play us on what is it, January 23rd? Can't wait for it. Can't wait for it. We talked about the unsung heroes of this basketball team, the supporting cast with Bri and Fagan. It's not often when you have a player who was ranked, number 4 in the recruiting class and number, 14th in the recruiting class and a 2-time champion, all these great things, and they are quote unquote unsung heroes. Who are the unsung heroes on a LSU? Who's the unsung heroes on a Notre Dame? On a Southern Cal? Who are they? Exactly. You don't know. Because when you're only playing 6 or 7 players, you don't necessarily have unsung heroes. South Carolina is different. More different. Any basketball team out there, with the exception of UCLA. UCLA has an amazing amount of 5-star recruits on their team. They have terrific players. That's why the matchup with South Carolina and UCLA was so good, because they complement each other very well. Notre Dame? Nah. Southern Cal? Nah. Texas? Nah. LSU? Nah. Maryland? Nah. UConn? None of those teams offer that same resistance that a UCLA does versus South Carolina. AP poll has TCU at number 11th in the country. We beat TCU by a ton of points. Duke is ranked 14th by the AP poll. We know what we did to Duke. North Carolina State, 22nd. Beat them. Michigan, we beat them. I mean, according to the AP poll, we've beaten a lot of teams that are currently ranked in that poll. Scheduling matters. We've already been through the gauntlet. I would dare to say the non-conference schedule for South Carolina is tougher than our conference schedule that we about to start up. Think about it. Think about it. Our conference schedule, and it's just the AP poll. Okay. We got Texas on January 12th. We got Alabama January 16th, Oklahoma January 19th, LSU January 23rd, Tennessee January 27th. That is 5 straight games. 5 straight games against ranked opponents, according to the AP poll, in conference play. Will Alabama be ranked when we play them? Don't know. I don't think so. Will Tennessee be ranked on January 27th when we see them? I don't know. But the game is going to be in Tennessee. And we will see. But we've already played Duke. We've already played Maryland. We've already played, North Carolina State. We played Iowa State when they were ranked. It's just UCLA. I mean, it's for me. You play the tough teams, so you don't have to. It's no shock at all when you actually play those tough teams in conference. TCU. I mean, we talk. South Carolina schedule. Oh God, South Carolina schedule. All these South Carolina schedule. Got it. That's a tough stretch. It's a tough stretch. But is there anyone out there who are thinking that we can't win all of those games by double digits? Texas is at South Carolina. Texas ain't gonna be South Carolina, no South Carolina. No. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not gonna happen. LSU damn sure ain't gonna be no South Carolina, no South Carolina. It ain't gonna happen. Oklahoma, those are 3 really good teams, though, playing at South Carolina. Must-see TV, right? Expect Carolina to go undefeated through that stretch, okay? Because we better. We are better. And we are battle-tested. Bring it on. Bring it on. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are now rocking with the best. And since you are rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.